Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here with me.
I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
I know. And at some point, we have a surprise for everyone, don't we? Because
Yeah.
everyone needs a little surprise right now of the kind that you have to share. So, so Lauren, I am lucky enough to know and to be a certified high performance coach. And I realized that what the world really needs is to hear from people who are in a place of feeling positive, feeling stable, feeling centered, feeling grounded. And that's why I wanted to bring you on, because I thought it'd be really great to start with, how are you taking care of yourself during these difficult times?
Well, I think the truth is like I'm not short of anything. You
You're
know,
what?
I'm not short of anything. I have food, I have a house, I have everything that I need. Even if I have everything I need. Everyone's in the same boat. We're all going through this together. And it will pass. So I'm just staying focused on what I normally do.
Yeah.
I'm focused on my work and my routines and what I usually do. And yeah, do I have my moments of, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah.
But it's a moment. And I think, that's a big thing that in high performance, as you know, what we focus on is, your psychology mastery. And what can you focus on what's going to serve you, what you can control, what you can do something about. Um, because what else is there to do? So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So when you say focus on what you can control, tell me a little bit more in your life. What does that look like in your day-to-day life?
So I can control my routine. I go for my walks, I do my journaling, I do my meditation, which I'm really back into. I have my clients scheduled, I have my time blocked of other things that I need to work on. And so I can control all of those things. I can control what I watch on TV and what I don't. And I hardly ever watch TV. And I have to be honest, I've been kind of tempted to go and check in, but it's 10 minutes, you know? And so if I kind of just keep myself in that little bubble, so to say, then I'm still being productive, I'm still being effective, um, I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
not caught up in the craziness. And so I think that's super helpful and important. Um, yeah, I think it's a lot of what you focus on. And obviously we have to stay informed and know what's going on. But I was just saying to someone earlier, actually one of my clients, I said, I don't watch TV, but I'm sure if there's something going down, one of my friends is going to let me know. So
Right.
it's just, I don't need to be the first person to know it. I don't need to be the one that's, passing on the message. I mean, when I get it, I'll pass it on. But it's just, things will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what dropped in for me while you were saying that it's such a kindness to the world for anyone who isn't panicking, who isn't, out doing anything that's detrimental to other people right now, because that way all of the resources can be focused on where they're needed.
Yeah.
Right?
What really touched me this morning is I went to the grocery store super early this morning, and I had my puppy with me, and I asked the one person at the deli counter, asked if they had something, and she said, "I'm so sorry, we're out." I said, "Like, that's okay. I've got more than enough other things. I was just checking." And she goes, "Wow, that's so nice to hear." And clearly they are so stressed because there's not a lot of stuff there, and people are getting mad at them, and it's not, they're not hoarding the food in the back of the store. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, just being kind to other people, being patient, just even like checking in on friends checking in on me, like that, it feels so good. So again, you can choose to do the things that nurture and help other people and yourself, or you can choose to get caught up in the craziness.
Wow. That was so succinct, right? So we can choose to do the things that nurture ourselves and other people, or we could choose to get caught up in the craziness, which is not going to serve anybody.
The virus and everything's going to calm down when it does. But what will help it is us all staying away, doing the things that we've been advised to do. But then, as Brendan would say, like doing it with joy, honoring the struggle, or instead of getting mad and irritated that things are not as convenient as they normally are.
Yeah, yeah. And I have been spending so much time thinking about health, right? Just our immune system and the role that joy plays, the role that laughter plays. Is this a good time for our surprise, by the way? I'm just can't wait. Do we have our surprise?
Do you want me to bring it on, or do you want me to turn the screen?
I want you to bring it on. Because I'm just talking about the role of joy.
Yes. There we go. This is my joy.
Toffee.
Yeah, say hi. Okay.
Hi, Toffee. Oh, Toffee just waved. Did you make Toffee wave?
Toffee, say hi.
Hi, Toffee. Oh, yes, like that, right? So I didn't even get to hold Toffee, but already I could feel, right, relaxed and like just happy and playful. And I really think that's so good for us. So good for our bodies.
And I think we all have different things. So I would hope most people know little things that bring them joy, whether it's watching a movie, a fun movie, listening to music, reading a book, writing, and if you don't have something, this is a good time to figure it out. But just what's that thing that's going to just get you present and grateful for what you do have? Because even with everything going on, we still have so many things. Our life's not really that inconvenienced. And obviously, and people are getting sick, people are quarantined, but it's just like, how are you going to, it's like this is going to happen, right? We have to kind of move through this. From taking care of yourself, your family, whoever it is how are you going to choose to move through it?
Yes.
And is that helping? Is it what are you role modeling for the people around you? If you've got kids and other people around you, like, what do you teach? This is a huge teaching moment, especially if you have kids.
Right.
How to handle challenge and stress and adversity. So it could be a hell of a lot worse.
Right. And I think what I hear you saying, and I just want to make sure you are dying, and there are people who are really sick, and there are people who are caring for these people, and that's really stressful. And, as high performance coaches, we're still always talking about, it really still doesn't support anyone to show up with anxiety and worry and stress and fear and anger. It doesn't serve. And so just like for you to be so kind to the person working in the grocery store, which I can imagine can be really stressful right now, and to have someone be so kind, that can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And the thing is, as you said, and I think that's so important, is there are people that are either got someone at home who they're taking care of, or they have someone somewhere else that they know is sick or whatever. And yes, that is stressful and it is scary. But can you compartmentalize it? Right? So especially when you're with that person, your stress and everything isn't going to help them. Right? And our stress isn't going to help our own immune system. So to be able, I think, to compartmentalize is huge. And then also to know, so how do you deal with stress best?
Yes.
So that's going to be positive, right? Because you can deal with stress in a negative way. But what can you do? You can go for a walk. As I said, you can watch a movie. You can speak to a friend on the phone, whatever it is. But just know, I don't know what it is for you, but you need to know what it is, because all of those things are going to make this a little bit easier, a little bit not so doom and gloom,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just.
What is it for you? Like, so how do you deal with stress in your own life to take care of yourself?
So, I love walking. I could walk all day, every day. So, and especially now that I'm home, working from home, like I can go out and walk a lot. I need to be organized. So as long as I know like what my day is going to look like and what I can do and things like that, then that helps. I've got good friends that I connect with, like even if it's a quick message or whatever, like that's awesome. I love reading. So I've got those things, and I would say I'm even more aware of them now.
Yeah.
That I make sure that they're in my day.
Yes. That's so important. I love what you just said about that. Like, so overall, what I hear you saying is really for all of us to ask ourselves, what are the things that help when I'm feeling stressful? And how do I plan them in my day, even more than I might normally? And to be intentional.
And I would say, especially if this is more of a new habit for you, is that when you're stressed, it's not always easy to think of the obvious things because we're stressed. And so we're not thinking clearly. And so even if you've got like a little list, like I could do these 3 things or what, as a reminder, then I'm a big believer in having any tools, triggers, whatever, to help you do what you know you want to do. And so I'm huge on that. I'm not going to go like, oh, I have to remember it all myself, and I'm not going to have any tools and things to help me.
Yeah.
It's not me. So do that. And if you've got kids, help them do that as well. Like, because if they can learn to do that now, it's going to serve them for the rest of their life.
Absolutely.
And then I think also just for those people that have got someone sick in their home that they're taking care of, and man, I can hardly even imagine how stressful that is. But I also think that in your home, right? Because there's some people that are separated. And so just look at the blessing in things. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's hard, but you can find something to be grateful for.
Wow.
I think that's huge. It's easy. Wow. Everything that's wrong, everything that's not right. It's easy to do that. And unfortunately, I think that's what the majority of people are doing. And that's why it's just crazy out there. But we can change that.
Yeah.
And people may think, oh, that's easy to say. It's easier to do than you think. Because it's a decision that you need to make. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this instead. And they help to have things to help you to remember that. If you think about it, this is a time when everyone should be at home. Some people are working from home. Some people are not. And so you've probably got a bit of bandwidth or time. Well, you certainly have the travel time that you're not utilizing for travel, that you can just take this stuff on. And then when this is done, you'll have those habits that you can take with you that will help you 10 years down the road. I think that's so important, and it's just to look at how this can serve you going forward, but most of all, to just help calm the energy in your home, in your community, in your street, in your block, whatever it is.
Right.
Because there is that ripple effect, or there's that potential for that ripple effect. And so I think that's just something to be mindful of and intentional about.
Yeah.
You feel better as well.
And I love what you're saying, Lauren, that it's taking care of ourselves right now, and it's taking care of the people around us in our community, but it's also creating habits that are going to serve us the rest of our lives, which is another really important point about it's easy to get stuck in this moment of panic, but that partly what we can do is really keep some of our focus on our dreams and what brings us to life and the people we love and how we want to live our lives with them, because that kind of like hopeful thinking about the future, it also feels really good.
Yeah, and the thing is, that is going to come. This is going to end. and it's going to be back to business as usual. So don't take your foot off the gas kind of thing. Like, use this and keep in the game so that when it is done, you just pick up where you left off instead of kind of having lost momentum, and now it's like an even harder effort to get going again.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say one thing as a little aside. I'm not seeing any comments. I can see that people are joining us, and sometimes with this Be Live, for some reason, it doesn't show the comments. So I just wanted to say, if there is anybody who's out there and they're commenting, I want to apologize that we aren't responding, because sometimes that happens. They just don't show up.
Yeah.
And especially, I think there's a lot of people online these days. And so I've seen a lot of goofy things going on with technology. But I just wanted to kind of say that, because I know, usually I like to acknowledge if people are saying hi, and I have the feeling people probably are. So just wanted to say that. Well, let's switch gears for a quick minute and talk about your clients. What are you seeing as far as what kind of different support are your clients needing right now?
So what's like really rewarding to see is that because they've been in coaching, they've pretty much got their head screwed on the way it needs to be. And so a big thing is, for many of them, is adapting to working from home, because a lot of them don't. So that's a change for them. And then just keeping them engaged in what they're doing. But honestly, like, I think they get it, which is amazing. And so it's also just having to kind of reset in a different environment, adjust to the things that are going on. But I would say for the most part, they still focused on where they're moving towards, and they're keeping that perspective, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, super rewarding to see.
Yes, yes. And I've been, I'm sure that you've read a lot of things by, we were both trained by Brendan Burchard, and a lot of his messages right now have been, yes, it's fine to take comfort when you need it in front of the TV. I know that does help people. And this is also a time that we can start to take advantage of learning a new skill that we've wanted to learn, or sort of looking to what might be, how do we want to serve in the world, and what do we need, what kind of new skills to serve people? If we want to have an impact, what can we be learning right now? And that seems to fit in with what you're saying about keeping our focus on, what's next after this too.
And I think along with that is just be even more intentional. Like, when we're in our usual routine, I think for a lot of people, they have a routine, and so they get up and they're going through the motions, and they're still getting things done because they've been doing it a long time, etc. And I would say now, when you don't have that same routine, is just even take a moment in the morning and go like, what do I want this day to be about? Yeah. Right? And how do I want to show up? Because it is different, right? But you can still bring the best of yourself to that, and see how different that feels than having a day when you're just in reaction to everything and what everyone else is saying, and getting kind of just that almost like social contagion where like everyone else is upset, and so like you just kind of climb on the bandwagon.
Yes.
And that's not empowering. It doesn't, it's different, right? And again, so it's a choice.
Yes.
Do that, but you can also do something else, even if it feels different, even if it feels weird and odd. In a week's time, it won't feel weird and odd, and you'll be that you did. Even
that one. Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to underscore something you just said that I love. That one habit of in the morning asking ourselves, "How do I want to show up today?" I think that in itself could be a huge game-changing transformation. If we all did that, for the next week, I think our lives would change completely. Having that focus of who do I want to be, how do I want to show up today for the people that I'm interacting with. Wow.
And especially for parents, right? Whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, you are a role model to your kids. You can't get away from that.
Yeah.
And so what do you want them to see and experience that will just serve them and help them and let them see something different? I think there's a responsibility to do that. It's not even, to me, it's not even a choice. And
Yeah.
so, it's just,
Wow.
like you said, if everyone just steps it up a little bit in a positive way, in a more intentional way, then I also believe that it can change so much of what's going on.
Yeah, even what just dropped in for me, Lauren, is that when I'm coming from a place that is less reactive and more responsive, I tend to come from I'm just more centered. I'm a little bit more, and peaceful. Those are the times I'm also more generous. Those
Yes.
are the times, because I'm not when I'm like panicky or fearful, it's all about me. Well, me, right? But when I step back and I'm intentional, the generosity is so much more available. And we need that. We really need that right now.
Yeah. And I think to remember, like, the people who are out there working, whether it's at grocery stores, pharmacies, hospitals, whatever, like, they need that generosity and kindness more than anyone.
Yeah.
Right? And so don't get pissed off with them because
Yes.
chicken or whatever, like, you'll be around in a week's time, and but not just for them, but for you, because you feel better. Because I mean, there's been many days in my life where I've not showed up as my best self, and I know how that feels. And so just like, even if you're going to go grocery shopping, take 2 minutes before you get out the car and just go, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to be patient, there's not going to be everything I want, I'll get what I can, and that's good enough, right? Just be intentional as you go from one environment to another, and just try that for a day and see how awesome that feels.
Yes. And I remember reading this somewhere, last week, which now feels like a year ago. But, the simplest kindness is, so I was very aware, I had 15 items in my basket and somebody behind me had one, to just be able to say, hey, go ahead, and it's not even the minute that it saves or whatever, but it's that human kindness of us really noticing one another and, and really taking the time, like you're saying, we're all in this together. How do we acknowledge that with strangers too? It's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, I feel like for so many reasons, this is such a critical time for people, because despite like the external circumstances that are going on, like, it's these kinds of situations that help us to change and grow or not. And so it's like unfortunately, it's not a great situation, but man, you can really come out of this different in a good way. And I think that's kind of the opportunity for everyone.
Wow. That is so beautiful. That there is an opportunity. I mean, in fact, there's many opportunities, right? I mean, I think what you're saying, like what you just said, there's an opportunity for us to change and grow personally. There's an opportunity for us to start to interact more as the global community that we really are, and to step into that more. There's an opportunity for us to be more kind, more generous, more loving, and to pay more attention to the planet, I mean, I had somebody say to me yesterday, which is so true, like Mother Earth must be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief.
I read that as well. And that
you did? Yeah.
Oh, yes. There's no flights. There's no cars. There's no, like, it gets a break. That was like, maybe that's why this is happening. Who knows?
We don't know, right? But that is, I mean, even if we're just going to look to some of these bright spots of where some positive change is happening already, and again, not to disregard or disrespect or not focus on the seriousness of what's happening, because it is. And again, I just have to keep saying this because I say it to myself, like, it does no one any good to be in fear ever.
Yeah. And I think what you said is, so this is a serious situation, and therefore it requires something better and different of us. If it was not serious, everyone could just be going along business as usual. And
Yeah.
it's not, it is a serious situation. And so it requires something different. And so is that different going to be like the next like model kind of thing of you, or is it just going to be same old but more intense?
Wow.
Oh, so,
Wow.
but yeah, like that's what happens in times like this.
Yeah.
Funny, because this guy that I met at the grocery store, because we were the first people in line, because I was told to be there at 6:30 because there's such a big lineup. So me being a rule follower, I was there at 6:30. And he said to me, he said, I've been through 3 wars on food stamps. Like, really, this is not I mean, when I say not a big deal, I mean not a big deal in terms of that we can get through it. It is a big deal of what's going on and people dying. That is a big deal. I'm not diminishing that.
Yes.
In terms of getting through this, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, that was also, he was such a amazing person to meet. And I also thought of him. He said, Mom is a cancer survivor, and she has a very limited, strict diet in terms of what she can eat and amounts she can eat. That's how she's gotten through this and stayed healthy. And so he's shopping like very intentionally, like, you know what I mean? And so like that's also like he's in a more challenging, different position than many of us who are just going because, I just want food, I need food, whatever it is. Right?
Yeah.
It will be okay.
Yes. Oh, Lauren, I love that. I love that. Is there anything that we haven't yet talked about this time, or what you're caring for yourself or how you're caring for your clients that you feel like you want to say right now?
I have noticed that I'm definitely trying to check in on people more. I personally love being alone. So the fact that I have to be at home, like, I have no issue with that. But I know for a lot of people that's hard. They like to be social, they like to go out and whatever. And so I'm really trying to, connect with people that I know that are maybe struggling with that. And also just taking some time that I have, extra time that I have to just look at me and like, what am I doing differently? Because I can guarantee you a year ago, I would have also showed up differently. And so just also seeing that shift and change, I think it's a great time just to be introspective and think about things, and just take that in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I want to underscore what you said, that I love to be alone. In fact, I was supposed to be on a personal retreat today at a little cabin, and of course it got canceled. But I love that, no phone, no internet, just me and being able to sort of focus. But I know that's not, I've spent years practicing being really comfortable and loving my own company. And I know for a lot of people, that might be one of the things that's a practice right now, to really, which I love the piece of it that it really calls for self-love, calls for self-acceptance, to be able to calm down, stop the doing, and really love the person that we are,
And that can be hard, because if you're someone who's used to go, 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 you probably don't take enough time just to reflect. And so when it's almost like put on you, that can feel super uncomfortable.
Lauren, you're freezing on me, so I want you to repeat. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Wait, you're still gone. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Please say whatever you just said, because we missed it.
Okay, so what I was saying is, for people who are not used to being quiet and are used to go, 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 this can feel super uncomfortable, because now you kind of you've got the space that thoughts are going to come in that maybe have never had time to come in, and it's like can be like, what the heck is this, right?
Yes.
So, talk it out, right? Talk to friends, talk to people, write, whatever. But I do get that for some people, this cannot feel comfortable. For me, I'm loving. I mean, I'm loving that I don't have to go out.
Yeah.
But I get that for some people, as much as I love that, that's super uncomfortable for them because it's creating a space maybe that they're not used to.
Yeah, exactly. And I love what you just said, you know, and across the board, you know, reach out. You know, reach out is so important. If you're scared, if you're stressed, if you're having a hard time, if you know, even anything that's going on, and it can always help to talk to somebody.
Yeah. And also we saw technology, right? It's like as if we're in the same room, right? There's so many ways that you can connect with people and see them, and so, you know, use that to help, you know.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so glad that you brought all that up, and I'm so glad you took the time to be here. I know you're really busy and you have so much going on. Listen, can we see Toffee once more before we go?
Oh, where's my baby?
Oh, hi, Toffee.
Hey, Toffee, come say hi. Oops.
Oh,
I
mean, it really is sometimes the most simple things like that. Like just seeing you with Toffee, you know, it just makes me feel better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I love you.
Yes, take care.
All right. Bye, Lauren. Bye, Toffee.